If you're even remotely interested in this topic, you may have heard about Bill O'Reilly's tide goes in, tide goes out argument in trying to prove God.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. Never a miscommunication. You can't explain that. You can explain why the tide goes in.
Tide goes in, tide goes out.
See, the water, the tide comes in and it goes out.
Stay tuned to hear Bill himself destroy his own argument in the second part of this video. But first, a little background. You may have heard similar arguments from other Christians like, look at the trees, look at the human eye, look at the complexity of this or that, look at the beauty, the intricacies, the magnificence, and so on and so forth. This is what's called the argument from ignorance, or argument from incredulity. Unfortunately, this argument has absolutely no value. One way to debunk this argument is to simply say, scientists already know how this or that natural phenomena happened. This has been done many times over, and I won't go there. A second way is to say, just because we don't know A doesn't mean your favorite supernatural explanation B is true. For example, even if we didn't know what caused the tides, we can't just jump to conclusions and conclude that a particular religion's God did it. This is childish and laughable. A third way, similar to the second way, is to ridicule the whole argument with counterexamples. And this is where Bill comes in. Take it away, Bill. The argument you're making is interesting. It goes along the line of my argument because I say, listen, tooth goes up, money goes down. Tooth fairy comes in, tooth fairy comes out. There's no miscommunication. The new tooth grows back again, and it would be a leap of faith far beyond believing in the Easter Bunny or elves or Santa to think that it just accidentally got that way. So that's where my faith derives from reason, as yours does. Richard Dawkins, the author of The Stock Delusion. I think it takes more faith to be like you and a stockist than to be like me and believer because of nature. You know, I just don't think we could have lucked out to have the stock goes in, baby goes out, bird goes up, baby comes down. Don't think it could have happened.
I need to mail this letter. Where should I go?
Give it to a mail pixie for you.
There's no such thing as a mail pixie. Come on, man. This totally comes from your own imagination. I think you just made that up.
I made that up.
Yes, you did. Come on. Mail pixies. That doesn't exist.
I'll tell you why they exist, in my opinion. Alright? Mail comes in, mail comes out. Never a miscommunication. You can't explain that. You can't explain why the mail comes in.
Mail comes
Do you
out.
not see that the mail comes in and it goes out? Mail always
maybe
comes
it's
in
Hermes,
and it
the
always
Greek
comes
god
out.
that's bringing the mail
but
around.
you can't explain that.
But your story and the myth is the same thing. It doesn't matter if I can't explain it.
It doesn't?
It doesn't mean that some fairy somewhere is doing it.
And you're free to believe that. David, Beverly Hills, Florida. What do you mean when you refer to the mail when you are asked about the existence of mail fairies? Mailmen explain the mail. The mail is delivered by them around the planet. Okay, how did the mailman get there? How'd the mailman get there? Look, you pinheads who attack me for this, you guys are just desperate. How'd the mailman get there? How'd the mail get there? How'd they get there? Can you explain it to me? How come we have that and France doesn't have it? China doesn't have it. How come? Why not? How'd it get here? How'd this little envelope get here? From out there. How'd they do it? Come on. You have mail delivery in this country. Country has mail delivery. Mail comes in, mail comes out. Okay, yeah, the mailman does it. Fine. How'd the mailman get there? Who put it there? Did it just happen? Okay, if we have delivery, if we have mail in this country, how come they don't have it in other countries? Were we just lucky? Government set this up? Come on. You know, I see this stuff as desperate. As I said many times, it takes more faith to not believe and to think this was all luck. All the postal service, the mailman, and everything else, all luck. Than it does to believe in mail pixies. There you go.